नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। इष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, text 12 and 13. ततः सप्तम आकुत्यां रुचेर्यज्ञां व्यजायत। स यमादयैः सुरगुणैर् आपात् स्वायम्भुवानकम्। आपात् स्वायम्भुवान्तरम्। ततः सप्तमा आकुत्यां रुचेर्यज्ञो व्यजायत। स यमादयैः सुरगुणैर् अपात् स्वायम्भुवान्तरम्। ततः सप्तमस् आकुत्यां रुचेर्यज्ञो व्यजायत। स यमादयैः सुरगुणैर् अपात् स्वायम्भुवान्तरम्। Okay. Tataha, after that, Saptame, the seventh in the line. Akutyam, in the womb of Akuti. Ruchehe, by Prajapati Ruchi. Yajnaha, the Lord's incarnation as Yajna. Abhyajayata, advented. Saha, he. Yamadhyaihi, with Yama and others. Suragunaihi, with demigods. Apar, ruled. Swayambhuvantaram, the change of the period of Swayambhuvamanu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The seventh incarnation was Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi, and his wife Akuti. He controlled the period during the change of the Swayambhuva Manu and was assisted by demigods such as his son Yama. Purport: the administrative posts occupied by the demigods for maintaining the regulations of the material world are offered to the highly elevated pious living beings. When there is a scarcity in such pious living beings, the Lord incarnates himself as Brahma, Prajapati, Indra, etc. and takes up the charge. During the period of Swayambhuva Manu, the present period is of Vaivasvata Manu. There was no suitable living being who would occupy the post of Indra, the king of Indraloka, heaven, planet. The Lord himself at that time became Indra, assisted by his own sons like Yama and other demigods. Lord Yajna ruled the administration of the universal affair. Text 13. Ashtame meru devyam tu nabher jata urukramaha darshayan vartmadhiranam sarvashramanamaskrutam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi, and his wife Merudevi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Purport: the society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders of and status of life. The 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renowned life are the 4 statuses of cultural advancement towards the path of spiritual realizations. Out of these, the renowned order of life or the order of sannyasa is considered the highest of all. And a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyasa order also there are 4 stages of upliftment toward perfection. These stages are called Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Parivrajaka, and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Merudevi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness. But such foolish men forget that the temporary so-called happiness derived from sense pleasure is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird or beast is bereft of this sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realizations. The spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya or undergoing voluntary path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence from material pleasures are called dhira or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the order of sannyasa, and they can gradually rise to the status of Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage, he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagarpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Veshakarine Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, text 13. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So Sukadeva Goswami, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, and what is spoken by Sukadeva Goswami is heard by Parikshit Maharaj. As Parikshit Maharaj was listening to Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami, not only him, but there are so many saints and sages, they were all assembled over there. And one among them is Sri Sudha Goswami. And Sudha Goswami is hearing the narrations of this Bhagavatam. And what he heard, Sudha Goswami is narrating again in Naimisharanya to the Shaunakadi Rishis. So in this way, the parampara, the Bhagavatam, the Shastras mentioned Bhagavatam is a ripened fruit, Nigamat Kalpataror Galitam Phalam, Sukhamukat Amrta Drava Sanyutam. So it is Rasamalayam, it's like a ripened fruit, and it is coming from the top of the tree, from the parampara. Sometimes if you drop the fruit from the above, it may break. So it is carefully brought down from Supreme Lord Shri Krishna in the parampara. And Sutta Goswami heard the Bhagavatam, and now he is reciting with his gratitude in his heart to his spiritual master Srila Sukadeva Goswami. So as a prelude, he is now explaining the gradual process of God realizations in Srimad Bhagavatam, that Krishna is the source of all incarnation. Krishna incarnation, word avatara is defined as avataran, to come down. So Krishna is coming from his planet spiritual world Vaikuntha, Golaka Vrindavan, to this planet, avataran. So in that sense, Krishna is also an avatara. And Krishna comes as himself, also he expands himself in various other forms. So all are called avatars. So in the sequence of avatara, we are discussing about here, Bhagavatam describes about the seventh incarnation as Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. So he controlled the period during the change of the Swayambhu Manu and was assisted by the demigods. So Prabhupada says the administrative posts occupied by the demigods for maintaining the regulations of the material world are offered to the highly elevated pious living being. So Krishna manages this material world through his agents. Just as the government also manages, through different agents, different departments. So Krishna also manages. Only difference is that government cannot do themselves. They have to have a department. But Krishna, even though he can do it himself, but he is busy with other things. His grace Gopi Paranatana Prabhu, who is one of the great disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who did a great part in completing Srimad Bhagavatam after Srila Prabhupada left to the spiritual world. He's a great Sanskrit scholar and great devotee. He was giving all the translations, commentaries, translation of the commentaries of the previous acharyas. And then his Hridayananda Maharaj, he takes all the commentaries and puts together, and they've written the rest of the 10th canto, 11th canto, 12th canto purports. And many times, Gopi Paranatana himself also wrote the purports. So, one time Prabhuji was giving a class and he said that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Ishvara. But even though Krishna is Ishvara, in his control, everything works. In his control, everything works, including the microphone. So, even though Krishna is Ishvara, Namam Ishwaram, Satchidananda Rupam, but he is not interested so much in being Ishvara. So, all the demigods are waiting to offer their respectful obeisances to Krishna with all their jewel-studded, diamond-studded crowns, ready to place them at his lotus feet. Such a position that you are the master and everybody is your servant. So Krishna is real Bhagavan. So even though Brahma, Shiva and all the demigods are waiting in queue, but Krishna is not so much interested in the business of being a Ishvara. So Krishna had some other business. What is that? He has to go to one particular gopi's house and they have to steal the butter without getting caught. And they are busy in having a meeting of how to have this conspiracy worked out. So Krishna is busy in his Vrindavan, in his home, with his dear devotees. Tatiyeshu tadagneshu bhakter jidatvam. So, who will manage the universe? Being you are the Ishvara, you should do it. So Krishna said, I am not interested in it. So then he expanded himself as to Balaramji. Balaram, you take care of this. I am busy, playing with my friends and busy with my cows, busy with my gopis. So I don't have time for this universal management, creation, for all these things. So Balaramji, you take care. Balaramji said, come on, why I should do it? I want to come and play with you also. So then Balaramji says, okay, Balaramji expanded. Finally, Narayan and Mahavishnu. So you all take care, I am busy in Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. So Krishna, who is real Ishvara, who can be worshipped by all the great controllers of this universe, but Krishna is not at all interested in it. So that is, everybody in this world want to become Ishvara, but they are failing their attempt. But Krishna is a real Ishvara, but he is not interested in being Ishvara. That is is that renunciation or is it opulence of Krishna? So ordinary person, it is like how anybody can do this? People are not ready to even, insignificant country, a state, a district, a small place, they don't want to leave that position of being a leader of the place. But Krishna is unrivaled, supreme controller, Ishvara, not for one day today, for all time to come. But he is not interested in this at all. At the same time, he is not relinquishing his duties also. So things has to go on, but I am not involved in this. Many times people have this artificial vairagya that I don't want to get into trouble, so I am not doing my duty. Arjuna tried to do that. Was running away to forest. But who will do his work? Yes, he doesn't have any control over that. So he just want to leave his responsibility and run away. So Krishna is not like that. I want to have fun with my dear devotees in my home with the cows. But what about this universe, universal affairs? So Krishna has his own way of doing things. What is that? Avatar, take incarnations, expansions and avatar. So in this way, Krishna could easily manage the system. But within his heart, who is Krishna's personality? Krishna as person himself, he is enjoying his life in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. That is his personality. His personality of sweetness, personality of simplicity. In Vrindavan, they don't consider Krishna as Supreme Lord. Krishna is their darling, Krishna is their child, Krishna is their beloved, Krishna is their friend. That is that's what Krishna likes. Yadigdrishva leelabhi ananda kunde swaghosham nimajjantam akhyaapayantam. Swaghosham nimajjantam, he is completely submerging his dear devotees in the pool of ecstatic emotions of Vrindavan, mellows. Tadiyeshu tadagyeshu bhaktirjidatvam. Tadiyeshu, his other devotees who are absorbed in Krishna, as he is Ishvara, Krishna is showing by his example that you see, I am a Ishvara, I am unconquered, nobody can conquer me. But there is a way in which I can be conquered. For that, you have to see the residents of Vrindavan. Tadiyeshu bhaktair jidatvam, I can only be conquered by bhakti. So that is Krishna's personality. But at the same time, Krishna is also, even though he has his own agenda, at the same time, he doesn't avoid his responsibility. So he takes care of the universe through his incarnations. So such incarnations are discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti given birth to Yajna. So here Krishna appeared as Yajna. and is performing his duty of managing the universal affairs here. So if Krishna is busy in these pastimes, he doesn't have time for all this srishti, all this kind of business in the material world. What about our connection or our relation with Krishna can be developed? Krishna spoke in the Gita, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All the living entities are my Amsha. Aham Bija Pratapita. I am the seed giving father. But if father says that, I am busy, I don't want to, I want to just be in the nightclub and drink and dance. I don't have time for my family, my kids, my, my responsibilities, my parents. If he says like that, what kind of debauchee he is, what kind of, arrogant rascal he is, society will curse him. So Krishna says that Aham Bija Pratapita, I am the seed giving father of all the living entities. But Krishna is busy in the Vrindavan, in his own enjoyment. So how you understand Krishna's personality? So only being Krishna he can do that, even though he has nothing to do with this material world, but he has one particular duty to do. What is that? Somehow or other he wants to interact with his dear devotees. Somehow or other he wants to attract all the living entities, all his children back to his lotus feet. So that also he does without getting disturbed in his Vrindavan Leela. So when we worship Radha Krishna, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Krishna has all different kinds of aspects, because Krishna is a source of all incarnation. Within Krishna's form, all the incarnations are present. So when we approach Krishna, Radha Krishna or Jagannath, according to our approach, Krishna reciprocates. So Radha and Krishna, their main business is performing pastimes in Vrindavan and engaging his dear devotees in their own pleasure pastimes. So anybody approaches them in that capacity, they reciprocate. Others who approach him for various other reasons, they reciprocate, be it through their other energies, other incarnations. So they can do all so in this way, in our temples, Radha Krishnas are there, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are there. They will reciprocate with all the devotees, but in different capacities. So if the devotees approach Krishna for any other things other than pure Vrindavan Bhakti, then same Krishna, without neglecting their affection towards their kids, reciprocating with them through different incarnation, because all incarnations are present in Krishna. So at the same time, if somebody approaches Krishna as in the aspiration that we want to enter into your home, not into your office, Krishna is ready to reciprocate that way also. Ye yatha ma prapatyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. So that's why we don't see Krishna as different from his incarnation, and we don't see his incarnations disconnected from his personality. That is the beauty of our approach to Krishna. So since we conditioned, so we are not in the mood of entering into the loving reciprocation of Radha Krishna pastimes, we are completely lost. Just like a simple example Acharya sometimes give, that a diamond naturally is very effulgent, but the diamond is fallen in the road and it is fallen in the cow dung or something, it is completely covered. And somebody is picked up that something is glittering, some piece of glass he thought, and he is holding that. So that piece of that diamond for him reciprocates with him. He takes a diamond, somebody's beggar, he takes a diamond and he thinks this is some kind of stone or some glass piece. So he maybe use that for, he may go to the hotel and give to the hotel man and take this and give me a meal. So for him, that effulgent diamond, which is, the effulgence is covered now, for him that is just a piece of diamond, for a piece of glass. And what he gets out of that? A plate meal. So in this way, various people can approach this diamond, and the hotel man could take this diamond. He didn't understand this is a real diamond. He thinks this is some very antique piece. He goes to some other place, a jewelry shop, and gives that, and he asks some 5,000 rupees or 10,000 like that, and he doesn't know. So he got that much benefit, better than the beggar. And another person, this person takes a jewel and he sees it's very costly jewel. That person didn't know its value, so I gave 10,000, but it worth lakhs and lakhs of rupees. So the jeweler person understood the value of the diamond. Then he gives to the great millionaire or a king. And the king takes a diamond and he gives him crores of rupees. And what the king does, the king sells to somebody, and the king just enjoys the diamond, and keeps it. He gives his queen, or she may put in the necklace or in the crown. So the king enjoys the diamond. So in this way, the same diamond reciprocates to different people in different capacity. But if a person doesn't know it's a diamond, then he may be underestimating and only getting the partial benefit of the usage of the diamond. Similarly, Radha and Krishna, the real thing what you can get from is that unalloyed loving devotion service. By approaching the same Radha, Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra for other petty things are like various levels of benefits from them. But this Krishna consciousness diamond is the beggar that got from the street. But the difference is that the Krishna consciousness diamond is actually within our heart. This is not something outside. But we are not realizing this is a diamond which is in my heart. We are searching everywhere. So when we polish that and remove the dirt, we don't have to artificially give brightness to the diamond, or you have to put a torchlight, to make the diamond effulgent. We just take it and clean it, automatically it will be effulgent. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Kare Udai. So the Krishna Prema, Krishna consciousness, as Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition on the mind. It is a natural gift present in all our heart. So it is a natural consciousness. But now it has been covered with all these dirts. So for that is a bhakti process is given. How to remove the dirt and get again the diamond has to become effulgent. So that is the whole process. Now it is so covered that it is so much inside, the effulgence is not coming out at all. So what you have to do, you have to clean it. How we clean it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. So then it automatically shines, So as I was discussing the other day, that how to get Krishna, who is supreme spiritual entity, and we are also spiritual. We are in one, just like only fire can enter into fire, isn't it? If anything else enter into the fire, what will happen? Burn, finished. So only fire can enter into fire. You see the firefighters, they go into the fire, it's so difficult, they have to put all these coverings, protection, shield, then only they can enter. It will get burnt. They also cannot stay all the time there, they have to come out. So only fire can enter fire. So Krishna is spiritual. Only spiritual person can enter and go near Krishna, can come in touch with Krishna. Others cannot touch Krishna at all. So because we are of that category, Krishna is Satchidananda, and living jivas are also there also. Krishna, without any envy, he shares his qualities with us. Krishna is eternal. Krishna never born. Krishna is always knowledgeable. Natyevaham jatunasham nattam nibijinadipa nachevana bhavishyama sarvevaya mataparam. Krishna is eternal and we are also eternal. So Krishna doesn't shy to share what he has, something very unique, you see. The owner is a permanent person, but he keeps changing the employees because otherwise they'll start making noise and he has to increment all these things. Sometimes they keep on changing the employees. So Krishna is eternal. At the same time, he doesn't shy away sharing his eternality with all of us. No other religions, they tell that, we are all born, we are created, and one fine day you will be either destroyed forever or you will be taken to the heaven, But here, only Sanatana Dharma says that we are also eternal. So Krishna doesn't shy away sharing with his unique quality of eternality with us. Like that, Krishna is also knowledgeable, and Jivatma, we are also have the knowledge. Ananda, Krishna is blissful in nature, we are also blissful in nature. So these things Krishna shares common with us. So we are in the same category of Krishna. So that's why we have all our rights, all our privilege to associate Krishna happily. Swagosham nimajjantam akhyapayantam. We are close to Krishna. It's not artificial imposition. But the problem is that now this diamond is covered by all the dirt. So Krishna is a effulgent, big diamond. We are the adjacent diamond, But thing is that this is completely covered. So that's why when we are taking this diamond to Krishna and all the other coverings, they'll get burnt. And if you crying, I don't want Bhagavad Gita, I don't want Krishna, you are burning me. People are scared, you are burning my desire for enjoying. I want to enjoy this world. If you go near Krishna, then all my enjoyments are getting disturbed. So people are, if you show Bhagavad Gita, as if they are touching the snake, they run away. Hey, this I don't want. Later we will see, in the old age we will see. So what is natural become artificial now. So that's why Krishna intelligently gives a plan how to get them close to us. For Prahlad Maharaj, Nashtakrido Nakobalo Jadavasthan Manastaya Krishna Graha Grihitatma Naveta Jagad Vidrisham. For him, Prahlad Maharaj is thinking that how the world is running. People are going here and there, running here and there for what? And the other demonic children are looking at Prahlad, what this guy is doing all the time, thinking about some god or something. So both are looking at each other as a crazy. Because the demonic kids and kings, soldiers, they were all attracted or they are all attacked by a particular planet, Mangal Graha, whatever you call, Saturn. That's why they are talking like that. And Prahlad Maharaj are also attacked by one particular Graha. What is that? Krishna Graha Grahitatma. He is a Grahitatma, but what? By what? Krishna Graha Grahitatma. So for him it is natural because he is actually, as a diamond, is emanating his effulgence. But we are in some, the others are in some other category. So in between there is what is a trouble? This particular covering is a trouble. So with the covering, we have to approach Krishna. Not possible. And this covering we can't remove it ourselves also. Only Krishna can remove it. So this is a kind of a dichotomy. The covering we can't approach, it will burn. And only by going near Krishna it can be removed also. So because of this reason, all our senses are not able to approach Krishna. So in order to, just like you see, when there is in between things, earth and water, if you go to the ocean beach, there are a lot of, the fishermen take their boat inside the ocean. So from the shore, they try to push the boat inside the ocean. It was such a heavy task actually, because the waves are coming from the ocean, from within to without, towards the shore. And the boat has to go from the land inside the ocean. that kind of a struggle will be there. The fisherman has to, with all his strength, they have to push the boat inside the ocean, and the ocean waves, push them out. These kinds of struggle goes on. Why? From land to water. Such a struggle. Once the boat goes inside, then the fisherman sit on the boat and there is no problem. The ocean is peaceful. But in between the land and the ocean, such a struggle will be there. Airplane. And when you sit in the airplane, the all hue and cry, all the drama is mainly when the airplane is taking off and landing. Once on the top, everybody is just sitting there, what is it? Simply boring, The clouds are outside and some sound is, and everybody goes to sleep and the train at least some kind of enjoyment is there, bus, some variety is there. But while take off, all excitement, we are from the land, we are going to the sky. So one element, one place to one particular platform to another platform. Very scary, so much of discussion and all the efforts are mainly for takeoff. Seat belt is off, seat belt should be on, mobile should be off, and sit in one place, don't move here and there. So much restriction, and we are taking off, and everybody is praying, and okay, somehow we should. Why? We have to take one place to another place. Once you go up, again landing back to square. Again anxiety, put seat belt, and we should properly from the sky to land. So from one platform to another platform, that's a struggle. Morning we are taking rest, and going to sleep is a tough challenge. Little later we will sleep, As if we are all Muchikundas, No, not Muchikundas, we are like, Goswamis. I don't sleep at all. And then 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, go to sleep. Morning 3:30, 4 o'clock, Mangalarati, get up. My God, what a struggle it is. The struggle of the airplane taking off and the boatman pushing the boat inside the ocean. This is nothing. Fireman can enter the fire from earth to the fire. That's not a big struggle at all. But night to morning, that interface, wow, my God, what a struggle it is. Ringing the bell and alarm, everything we are fighting. Some taking the blanket out in such a cold atmosphere. So one platform to another platform, it's always a struggle. So, like that, from this material conditioning to spiritual, rejuvenation, that particular space, it's going to be a struggle, we have to accept it. So, Krishna consciousness is very sweet, take prasadam, dance, so come, everybody comes. And then little later we see, it's not such easy, because there's a fight, the struggle is there. We are trying to come from material platform to spiritual platform, entering into Krishna's, Maya's pastimes to Krishna's pastimes. So that is not an easy thing. That is a great fight. We have to be ready for the great struggle. It is nothing compared to, all this so-called struggle we see. So the whole Sanatana Dharma is giving us a program to minimize the struggle and smooth takeoff and smooth entering into the deep ocean from one place to another place. That is what the whole purpose of human life. Srila Prabhupada says, the purpose of human life, in the commentary, Prabhupada says, purport. The purpose of human life is to evolve one consciousness from material platform to spiritual platform. So there is going to be a struggle, we have to accept it. And the program what Srimad Bhagavatam gives is the most, of all the available processes, most easiest and simplest process. Anarpita charimchirat karunayavatirna kalo samarpayitum unnadojjala swarasa bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara ditikatamba sandipati sada hritaya khandare spuratuvaha sachinandana. So, it is sublime, something very high ecstatic thing, but offered in a very simple way. What is simple thing? That this material thing cannot enter into spirit, and spirit cannot come into matter. Both are like, oil and water. But somehow this has to happen. Earth and water, they are different. But from earth to water, you have to go. Such a struggle is there. Fire, land to fire, earth to sky. All this time struggles are there. So, how to do that? So, Krishna mercifully allows himself to be accessed by these dull material senses. That day they were discussing. Atas Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahyam Indriyehi Sevan Mukhehi Jihvato. The particular secret is that we have to announce to Krishna, Krishna, I can't do it on my own. The, the boatman can struggle and push the boat inside the ocean. The pilot they can have a struggle and somehow they take off into the sky. But with my endeavor, I can't take off from material platform to spiritual platform, even though by naturally I am part of you. So then Krishna does a job of Aham Bija Pratapita. He helps a lot. How he helps? Krishna allows himself to be accessed by the material senses also. Our material senses. We have no other choice. We have this dull ear, we have this dull eyes, we have this dull tongue. We have no other choice. But Krishna is ready to come in this dirty tongue and is ready to be touched by this dirty tongue. Krishna is so merciful. Krishna is to be ready to enter into this dirty ear. But when he does that, only when he announces our bankruptcy. I can't do it on my own. Just like Hiranyakashipu was trying to see Nrsimhadev, but he could not see. Shashipal is hearing about Krishna, talking about Krishna, but he could not touch Krishna actually. He cannot hear Krishna, even though they saw. Why? They didn't announce a bankruptcy. Krishna, we want you, but I can't do it myself. But he thought that I can kill Krishna. I can Hiranyakashipu thought that I can capture Nrsimhadev. But Prahlad Maharaj, what he thought? I can't capture you. When he prayed, Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Siddhaha Sattvaikatana Gatayo Vachasam Pravahaihi Naradhitam Purugunai Radhuna Pipipruhu Kimtoshta Barhadi Same Hari Ugrajate. What Prahlad Maharaj said, that I am insignificant person. I can't glorify you. When Brahmas and Rudra, they could not do it. How can I do it? So he announced bankruptcy. I can't do anything. I have no qualification. But I want. So then what happened? Krishna comes to him. So that is a process that begging for Krishna, mercifully asking him to come. So then Krishna does his way that, okay, I will come down. I will come down to you and I will purify you and I will make myself available to you. But how Krishna does? He has his particular ways to do. And that is what the program Bhagavatam is offering. How we can do that? Through the grace of devotees. Krishna doesn't gives himself directly. Krishna gives himself through his devotees. So the bhakti shakti of Krishna is a shakti which can attract Krishna. Tadiyeshu tadagyeshu bhakter jitatvam punar prematastam shatavritti vande. Only devotional service can attract Krishna. So that bhakti Krishna doesn't give directly, but Krishna gives through the devotees. So when we please devotees, when we approach devotees, the devotees can give bhakti and bhakti can attract Krishna. That's what Prabhupada did. So when Prabhupada, when he went to the US first time, Prabhupada said that I am not going, Srimad Bhagavatam is going. I am assisting Bhagavatam. I was speaking today morning that if I take this bottle with me, I am taking this bottle with me. It's not that I am going with the bottle is coming with me. A book is, and if I take the book is coming. I am bringing the book. But what Prabhupada consciousness? I am not going, Bhagavatam is going. I am just going along with the Bhagavatam. So that is his mood consciousness. So that is called a devotee. The devotee always keeps Krishna in the front, Krishna in the top. That I am an insignificant servant. Prabhupada said that I don't have any qualification, but I have a faith in holy name. So that is a mood of devotee, a Paramahamsa. So only such kind of devotee can give bhakti to us, and that bhakti in turn gives us Krishna. So by Krishna's grace we get spiritual master, and through spiritual master's grace we get Krishna. So that is the beauty of devotional service. So then how we can get the bhakti from the devotees? Shushrusho Shraddhadhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchihi. That one should serve the devotee in the mood of a humble servant. Why? Because only through this particular mode of service attitude, then the devotee is pleased, and the devotee gives us the seed of bhakti, and the bhakti nourishes us and it cleans automatically. Shravana Shuddha Chitta Karayuda. The Chitta is been Cheto Darpana Marjam. It purifies our heart then in that purified heart, the diamond becomes effulgent and it attracts Krishna. So that is a beautiful process. So it's a scientific process. When Prabhupada says that Krishna consciousness is a science, it's like laboratory. You take two kind of chemicals put together and you get the result. Similarly, this is also a science. It works actually, But people think that is some kind of a spiritual entertainment or time pass. And it's a great science actually. So, from this material platform, there is a technique is given as to enter into spiritual platform. So you have a technique how to take off from, from the runway to the sky. So we have a technique to take off from material platform to spiritual platform. But there is a huge amount of attention is given for that kind of studies, aerodynamics, whatever they study for that. So much of research is done, so much of attention is done, so much of hype is given there. For what? You take off? Are you going to stay there forever? No, you have to come down. Just for a few hours of drama, or you have to so much of beautiful. But here the takeoff is in what? Once you take off, stay high forever. Such a technology, but the whole world is not bothered about it. So that's the Prabhupada said, this is Krishna consciousness is science. We want to distribute that science. This is technology. Indian Institute of Transcendence, IIT. This is real IIT. So, but there was not so much market, but Prabhupada created that market, created that thirst in people's heart to do good for others. So that is a beauty of the Shastras, Srimad Bhagavatam. It gives us a technology, gives us a technique, gives us a tool that do something great in life. Somebody wants to do great adventure, climbing the Everest, or some people are dive in the ocean, deep dive, and all kind of crazy things people do. But if you really want to do some adventure, just take this Japamala, sit in one place and try to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Try to hear that holy name. This is a real adventure you can do. If anybody can achieve this, that is a real adventure. So, real technology, real science, if somebody wants to adventure, welcome here. Try to chant Hare Krishna. Somebody wants to do, fun, come here, chant, dance and feast. So everything is available here. Science, technology, adventure, fun, romance, everything is available here. Hear about Krishna getting married to Rukmini, such a romantic affair. So hear about Krishna's affair instead of hearing about some hero-heroine's affair. So nothing is dearth in Krishna consciousness. That's why Prabhupada was asked, is there any recreation for all of you? All the time doing all these things. What Prabhupada said? The whole Krishna consciousness is nothing but recreation. So that is the whole science. If we really deeply understand this, it causes amusement, causes great, excitement actually. How from the material platform we are entering into spiritual platform. What all things happens in between. And I was talking the other day, I don't want to repeat the same thing. How Krishna's entering into our ear, it's not a place for Krishna to enter. This is not actually can hear Krishna's names. But what is happening there, mystically it is happening. Why? Because eyes cannot say Krishna. Hiranyakashipu had a better eye than us, But he could not see Nrsimhadev. Why he could not see Nrsimhadev? Prahlad Maharaj could see the same object in front of them, same personality. So what is happening there? Why Nrsimhadev could enter in Prahlad Maharaj's eyes but not in Hiranyakashipu's eyes? What is the technology happening there? What is the technique is there? And that's what we should discuss, what we should understand. The great technology. So we say that every day we pray, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Now the screen is put. Are we able to see Jagannath? Because the screen is there in between. But Jagannath is able to see us or not? He is able to see us. But we are not able to see Jagannath. So we can chant now, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. Jagannath, I am not able to see you. Please be visible to me. Remove the screen. But after the screen is also opened, the other day I was telling, still what we chant? We stop chanting that Jagannatha Swami Nayana Padagami Bhavatu me. We chant or not after the screen also, open also. So why we should chant there? No. The other day I was giving an example. Plate is filled with prasadam and your mother has given. You are about to eat and you ask your mother, 3 samosas in your plate. You are asking, mother, can you give some samosa? Already given to you, why don't you eat it? So Jagannath is already there and we are chanting Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatame. Why we should chant that? What is the meaning of this sentence? Jagannath, please be visible to me. I am already visible to you. Pulling the Rathayatra, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatame. Why we are chanting that? Because even though we are seeing Jagannath, we are not able to see Jagannath. What is this confusion? We are seeing Jagannath, but we are not able to see Jagannath. Hiranyakashipu is seeing Narasimhadev, but not able to see like Prahlad Maharaj. So we are either in between, from Hiranyakashipu to Prahlad Maharaj. So what we are asking Jagannath is that, Jagannath, please be object of my vision. I want to see you. And how we can see Jagannath? By seeing only we can see Jagannath. What is happening? Already we are late. I came for the Bhagavatam class in Sunday, then you are confusing people. No. Prabhupada says, by hearing Hare Krishna, we will be able to hear Hare Krishna. By seeing Jagannath, we will be able to see Jagannath. But the hearing what? How the hearing should be there? Krishna, I am not qualified. I don't have any capacity to hear you. So, please bless me. By hearing, I can hear you. So now by hearing Hare Krishna, when Krishna enters into our ear, when we become purified, qualified, and when we are humble enough, then we will be able to hear Krishna. So the medicine and the solution both are same. In the outside world, medicine is something, crocin, promycin, all this mycin, we eat medicines. And then when sins goes away, then we can take, some nice food stuff. So medicine is different and the enjoyable objects for the food is different. But here in Krishna consciousness, medicine is also Srimad Bhagavatam and the nectar is also Srimad Bhagavatam. It acts as a medicine for the sick people, acts as a tonic for the person who is recovering, and acts as an elixir, nectar for those who are already perfected. So, the mood is that I want to see you, Krishna. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami, the mood. So I conclude by giving one or two examples of Acharyas, the mood, and what is a mood by which we can actually see Jagannath. By just saying Jagannatha Swami Nayana Padagami Bhavatumi. What is the mood is that my eyes is like a beam, it sees something else. And my eyes doesn't have a capacity to turn its direction towards you. Jagannatha Nayana Patha. Patha means in English the path, pathway. So there is a road, is a pathway. Similarly, the eye also have a pathway. Wherever the eye path is there, whatever comes in that path, it gets a vision. It's like imagine a beam of light is coming. Even science also says that from eye some light is coming. Wherever the light falls, and it goes back, and eye is able to catch that. Similarly, this is the eye path, Nayana path. But Nayana path is all the time. Our Nayana path is going to some YouTube video or so many other things. But this beam, this Nayana Patha is going there only. I am not able to turn this eye towards you. So what Jagannath you do is that my eye's vision is not going to you. You what you do, you come in the vision. So in front of me there is a cinema magazine is there. My eye is going there only. But you mercifully come in between me and the cinema magazine or YouTube video. So, hey Jagannath, please be object of my vision. See, the prayer also like that. I am not going to see you, but you please come. Because I am so sick that the doctor has to come and treat. In emergency, I can't go, doctor has to come. Jagannath is ready to do that also. But we need one thing. What is that? That heart of Prahlad Maharaj, the humility, the helplessness, the gratitude. Then if you do that, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami. Till then, we are seeing Jagannath, the vision is falling on Jagannath, but in between Jagannath and us, what is happening in the home, what is happening in India-Pakistan match, what is happening in the politics, who won. So our mind is somewhere else, even though eyes vision is there. So that's why the Acharyas are praying that Jagannath, please be object of my vision while taking darshan also, to show us that the mood should be, I want to take darshan of Jagannath. That is the mood. Here in Melkote we are here, nearby there is Melkote, in Bangalore we are here. So the mood of great Acharya, Sripad Ramanujacharya was staying there. What is his mood? Staying there, he was worshipping the deity Ramapriya. He is not in the mood that he is a great devotee and Lord should give darshan to him. Rather, he was in the mood that I am actually a worthless, useless person. I don't have any qualification. When he was coming from Srirangam towards this side, on the way he was going to Tirupati. So on the way to Tirupati, Tirumala, in between Ramanujacharya's disciples and they lost their way. So he asked his disciples to ask a passerby who was taking water from the well. He told disciples, go and ask him how to go to the Tirumala hill. So the disciples went to him. He is not even a Brahmin, is a simple person coming from the fourth Varna. So the disciple asked him that you are a local person, please tell us which is the way for Tirupati temple, Balaji temple. And this person just showed the way. He didn't even open his mouth. And disciples came and told that this is the way he is telling us, we can go like this. So disciples walked ahead and they turned back, they could not see Ramanujacharya. And they saw where is our spiritual master. They saw him, he is paying his obeisances to this, ordinary person who showed him the way. So the disciple asked, what are you doing? You are, as Prabhupada saying in the purport, that sannyasi is a leader of the whole society, of both Varna and Ashrama, sannyasi is a leader. And here sannyasi is paying obeisances to this so-called Shudra. And they are shocked, what is happening. And Ramanujacharya said that Sri Vaikunta Viraktaya Swami Pushkarani Tate Ramaya Ramamanaya Venkateshaya Mangalam. Lord Balaji given up his whole Vaikunta and is coming down to be here. And all the sages have so much desire to go to Tirumala hill. So the Vaikunta Vasis desire that, and the saints in this material world also desire to go there. And such a place, and I don't know how to go there, and he is the person who is showing me the path to go to the spiritual world. So Ramanujacharya is considered as Vaikunta Marga Dhayini. He is a person who shows the path to the spiritual world. But this Sri Vaikunta Mani Mandapa Marga Dhayini, Ramanujacharya is paying obeisances to this ordinary person, and he showed me the path to the spiritual world. So that particular mood of receiving the mercy, Raghunath Das Goswami, considering himself as lower than, he is paying 1,000 obeisances, 2,000 or 1,000 obeisances every day to Vaishnavas. That time in Radhakund, very rarely any Vaishnavas in jungle, no tigers, everything is roaming around. So where you will get thousands of Vaishnavas to pay obeisances to every day? So that probably some devotee said that he is considering every tree and every grass in Vrindavan as a great devotees and is paying obeisances to them. The Prayojana Acharya is paying obeisances to ordinary grass. So that is a mood of Vaishnava. Prahlad Maharaj, when Nrsimhadev appeared, all the demigods are scared actually. Previously when Hiranyakashipu was terrorizing the universe, all the demigods had some kind of refuge that they can go to Vishnu and get some solace. But here the problem is coming from Nrsimhadev. His anger, Brahma is scared. I only gave the boon to Hiranyakashipu, and Shiva, everybody is scared. And Lakshmi herself, I never saw my husband like this. She also went away from that place. Everybody is scared. Now if I go to Nrsimhadev and if he does something, I can't go anywhere. So they are afraid, and finally they said that, Brahmaji said that, Prahlad, for you only he had come, so please go ahead and do something. So that time Prahlad is walking, what is his mood, Brahmaji failed, Shiva failed, Mahalakshmi also failed to pacify Brahma, Nrsingadev. And only person in the podium, whole light is on Prahlad Maharaj, is walking to the stage and Nrsingadev is sitting there in his Simhasana. How much any other person would have been there, Prime Minister is there, you are the chosen person to shake hand with him. How people feel very elated and I am the only person, make sure. Guru Maharaj put a garland on me and the garland is all the time. See, Maharaj put garland, make sure. Photograph liya na, Facebook, WhatsApp, Google, everywhere is going on. I am the person who. But Prahlad Maharaj, considering what is his mood? Kim toshtu marhati same hari rugra jati. I am born in the Raja family, born in such. How I can do this? How it is possible? Krishna is being worshipped by Mahalakshmi. And what Mahalakshmi could not get, what Shiva could not get, what Brahma could not get, Tava Karap Prasadaha. Then Nrsingadev put his hand on my head. So he was feeling completely unqualified. So that particular attitude, why Prahlad Maharaj is unqualified, he is feeling like that? Because he is actually experiencing Krishna's mercy, Krishna's greatness, Krishna's qualities. So a pure devotee is humble because he understood Krishna's grace, Krishna's greatness, Krishna's mercy, Krishna's opulence, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's loving dealings, Vrindavan pastimes. And how we can be grateful, how we can be humble? Because we not understood Krishna. So that either be humble by understanding Krishna's glories, and we can be humble because we are not able to understand Krishna's glories. So in this way, all the acharyas, nevertheless we need to feel that humility, the helplessness, the selflessness, when we get that, that is a particular element which attracts Krishna. Our heart doesn't have capacity to attract Krishna. Only Krishna is attracted by the Hladini potency. His pleasure-giving potency can only attract Krishna. We don't have the capacity. But when we develop this attitude, then what happens is that when we approach Krishna through the pleasure-giving potency, Srimati Radharani, and the spiritual masters represented by her, then what happens? Ours is like a small spark. The spark cannot actually, it will become, it will be off after some time. It will go away. But when the spark becomes united with the big fire, then it will glow light. So similarly, Srimati Radharani, her pleasure-giving, she is a pleasure-giving potency in the parampara. When we synchronize with them, then Krishna says that this is also similar to the pleasure we are deriving from. So then Krishna becomes attracted towards us. Krishna says in Dwaraka that Satyabhama, Satrajiti and Rukmini, actually I don't have any, my pleasure is not here. Many times Krishna chants Vrindavan devotee's name in Dwaraka. So all the queens are wondering, who are these Radharani, Gopas? All the time Krishna is talking about it. So then Krishna one day, he said that, I am here to give pleasure to all of you, but my pleasure is in Vrindavan. So when we want to give pleasure to Krishna, Krishna's pleasure is in Vrindavan. So when we approach Krishna directly, Krishna may come to us to give us pleasure, but he may not derive pleasure from us. Where Krishna derives pleasure from his Hladini potency. Hladini potency is where? In Goloka Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani and her associates. So when we approach them in the parampara, then what happened? Krishna sees that Hladini potency is reflected in us also, then he also becomes attracted towards us. That's what Krishna showed in Vrindavan. Tadiyeshu tad agneshu bhaktir jidatvam. Tadiyeshu tad agneshu, that those who don't know my sweetness, for them Krishna is showing that I can be conquered by the love of Brajavasi. So that opportunity is given to us by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Mahaprabhu is giving us. Only thing what you have to do, nothing you have to do. Just open our hand and receive it. But hand should be open. Hand should be empty to receive. Already something is there, then we can't receive. So what is that empty? What is that means? That give up all our egos, give up all our think that I can do it. That kind of attitude give, and say that I am useless, I can't do anything, I have no qualification, I accept bankruptcy, Krishna, you be merciful. And Krishna's devotees will be merciful to me. Then we will be able to receive that grace. And how we can receive devotees' mercy? Follow the instruction. What Prabhupada's instruction? Just chant the holy name and distribute the mercy to others. So many times people ask that, I want something more and more. The nature of asking more and more. Even in spiritual life also. I want mercy, I want personal attention, I want personal instruction, personal thing, I want something special I want. But His Grace Nityananda once said that we have got three things. What is that? We have got Guru, we have got the holy name, and we have got Seva. Other than these three things, you don't need anything else. So it's quite revelation for me. So I told Nityananda, so you mean to say that with the basic things we should be satisfied? Yeah, what basic thing? This is the basic thing you're talking about. This is what everything. So the Guru we have got, and holy name we have got, and we got the seva, and we don't need anything in this world. So now he said, if you have any worry, he was telling, if you have any worry in your life, worry can be there for one reason. For what? That how can I give this opportunity for other conditioned souls? There can be only worry here. Other than that, you have got a body, you have got a food to eat, you have got all the other things. So with the bare necessities, lead a peaceful life, and don't worry about spiritual life. Just enjoy spiritual life. And only worry is that distribute Prabhupada's mercy, Krishna's mercy to others. So this month is book distribution. So having enjoying this life, recreation life, and happily give to others. And this gift, by giving to others, you don't lose anything. So in this way, this marathon is going on. So let us try to distribute this mercy of Srila Prabhupada to others, and bring more and more to this family of Krishna's loving family of Vrindavan, and our life will be perfect. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Sorry for coming late and speaking long. And I just repeated what you already know, just for my purification. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Bangalore Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.